Welcome to my free lecture mini-series on professional sales. In this particular segment, we're going to talk about compensation in software sales. We'll give it a breakdown so you have an understanding of what the different variables to consider are and what does a trajectory look like if you go in the field. I hope you enjoy, and if you do, feel free to like and subscribe and check out more content, as well as my website, go-to-marketguru.com, for professional software sales courses that cover the full sales management cycle. Will out.
So we'll go on now and talk about compensation. You know, a big motivation for getting into sales is to make a lot of money. And what does that look like? So let's talk about that. So there's three aspects to compensation: salary, commission, and equity. And of the three, we can look at it in three different ways: in terms of structure, in terms of proportion, and in terms of schedule. As far as structure is concerned, salary is fixed, commission is variable, and equity comes in a hybrid format. I'm not going to talk about equity very much because as an entry-level account executive, you won't receive any. It takes a little bit of time before they give it to you. So we're going to focus on sales and commission, but I just want you to know that you will get it as you progress through sales. So salary is fixed. You get it bi-weekly or monthly every month. Commission is variable. Every time you make a sale, you will get commission, and it will come either monthly or quarterly. And as far as proportion goes, a simple standard is 50-50. 50% of your remuneration will be in salary and 50% will be in commission, but that very much does depend on how much you sell. So, you know, sales, as we'll learn soon enough, is like hunting. Sometimes you get a kill, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you close, sometimes you don't. And when you do, you get your commission. When you don't, you just get your salary. And this does all very much depend on what industry you're in. Some are 50-50, some are 60-40. The scale of the organization, the seniority you have in your position, and how well you do, of course, which affects commission. I will note that depending on the industry you decide to go in, commission rates will vary. An industry standard for SaaS, software as a service, something we'll talk about in the next lecture, which focuses on technology, is 10%. But real estate is more like 5%, advertising 15%, apparel 15%. A common theme is that commission rates and transaction values are negatively correlated. So the higher the value of the good that you sell or the service that you sell, the lower the commission rate, and vice versa. But putting all that together, let's now look at what a track record would look like as far as compensation is concerned for the different levels: SDR, account executive, regional sales manager, director of sales, VP, and CRO. What can you make per year of experience? So when you start off as an SDR, you're likely going to make somewhere between 60 to 80,000, assuming you achieve your quota in your first year. As an account executive, if you achieve your quota, you can make between 80 and 120,000. As an RSM, between 150 to 250,000, with 200 being the average. Director of sales, anywhere from 2 to 300, and then as a VP and CRO, you're making north of 300K every year. I will say, however, these numbers do vary. I've seen account executives make 80K, 60K even. I've seen RSMs make 500K if they're killer and they're with a top company and they're knocking their quota out of the park. It really does depend on how well you do, what quality of company you get in, and so forth. But these are average benchmarks that you can expect to make as a sales professional while working within the field. And honestly, they're really exciting numbers, especially coming out of college. You know, if you're strapped with debt or you've never had a big job before.